Oof, already dropping stuff. It's that kind of day. It's just that kind of day. Oh, Judy, you know how I know that I should not have been doing the show last week?
Why?
Because when I was editing it, I looked like a corpse. I looked at myself and I was like, those rings around my eyes are really big.
I mean, you did mention you were exhausted, but
And you just let me do it. You're just like, whatever, clown, get on the microphone.
just throw on some concealer. It's okay.
Yeah, us women do it every day, fucker.
Every day.
Welcome to a conversation with Judy and Ryan right here on YouTube at takeabreathpod. Also, find us on all of the audio platforms when I actually post the show. Apple, Spotify, Google. Just search the show, A Conversation with Judy and Ryan. That's in reference to this week's show. I've been going through a lot of stuff with this computer over the week. Okay. I have had to uninstall and reinstall my entire OS. I
Wow.
have been trying to do various forms of different combinations of packages that get installed so that we can maybe have this Steam Deck thing or Stream Deck thing work. A bunch of just so I could have my regular camera back because also since I did the mirror grab of it last week, I noticed that my audio was off by like a quarter of a second, and that bugs me. So I can't have that happen. I would rather have, because I grew up in radio, I got to do radio stuff. I would rather have crispy audio and perfect everything with the regular camera than, God forbid, the better camera, but it's off by a millisecond of a second. Sorry.
Just had to get that out, right?
I
You
did have to get
had
that
to get
out.
that one out. Okay.
It's been a long couple days. I was literally up until about 11:30 last night messing with this thing.
Hmm.
No, I'm sorry. I was up until 10:30 messing with this thing. And then you know how someone will notice that you're frustrated, but you've already been doing all of the things over the last hour, and
Yeah.
that's why you're frustrated. So then our executive producer came over and was like, "Well, did you try this? Well, what about this?" She's trying to be helpful, and I
Yeah, of
appreciate it.
course.
And
Yes.
and I also have anger management issues. I will say that, okay?
Yeah.
But it took everything in me not to just say, I fucking Googled it too, okay? But I didn't say that.
Okay, I'm glad you did
So it's a
it.
win for me. But to her credit, like I said, she tried every single thing. She gave it a good hour. It's still all messed up. The reason I went with a Mac was so that everything would just work, kind
Right.
of. And now nothing works. The only thing that did work is that my internet worked because I got a message from Cox being like, hey, you've used 75% of your data. We will shut that shit down. I can't have that. I can't let that happen.
I didn't know that was the thing that they actually monitor.
Well, yeah, you have data caps with most, internet providers. Even if it is a stupidishly outlandish, unlimited, usually means like you get 100 gigabytes or a terabyte or something like that, and then you can opt to buy into higher packages
Hmm.
or whatever. But
Okay.
yeah,
Interesting.
but it's not like all I do is stream stuff in this house and and internet is just like a kind of sort of thing. Nah.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that had me frustrated. But regardless, last week I was so tired and so depleted.
Hmm.
If you could, I don't think they'll be able to see it, but I put my name as for this week defeated just because I've taken a lot of L's this week. I'm still
I wondered
trucking.
why that was that
I
name
am
on the.
still trucking, but I feel defeated right now. Um, but last week I was so feverish to just get through the show. I wasn't really cognizant of what I should be talking about. And I was rather just talking about stuff. So there was some things that we did not get to that I had told Judy we would get to. And so at our production meeting this week, she was sure as shit to be like, so like, what do I got to do to get my stories out, man? Like,
Yeah. I didn't say it like that, but basically, yeah.
I mean, I said it. Oh my God. People, again, I do not imitate the person. I imitate their essence. And your essence was like, if I don't get to tell this story, I'm going to cut a bitch. That's all I'm saying. Like, I love you. I love you to pieces, but I'll cut you if I don't tell this story. Right?
Yeah.
Now, to my credit, because that's a fair thing for you to have brought up. So, to my credit, I said, hey, if we agree to talk about something and I've just been negligent, cut me the fuck off. Just say, Ryan, we got 8 minutes left and I need to tell this story. You promised. And I will be like, yeah, but the NFL though, or good point. But either way, at least it'll be out there.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yes.
All right. Yeah. So now that I've built up this story to a massive level, there's essentially been, even though I didn't say anything about it last week, a 2-week buildup for this story. Judy, please regale us of what magnificent thing happened to you.
It wasn't magnificent. That's kind of the essence of this story. So a couple weeks ago, I went to go see Beyonce in concert. Great concert, amazing visuals, Queen, everything. I went to a concert.
Can I ask you a question real quick on that?
Yeah.
I don't want to get too much into your business, but were the tickets more or less than $600 a piece?
Less, a lot less.
A lot less?
Mm-hmm.
And then where were you located? On your upper bowl or lower bowl?
Lower bowl, dead center behind the end zone. I'm sorry, I couldn't think of the word.
No, you're good. Okay,
yeah, behind the end zone.
Is now when it comes to a concert, because remember, I haven't been to any of them. Mm-hmm. Do you want to be in the end zone? Because like if you're in the end zone at a football game, you're kind of like, well, fuck, I kind of see stuff.
Right. This one, yes, just because the way her setup was done, she was right on the other side and the other end zone, and kind of her stage stuck out. So all of the visuals and the big screens you can see like straight ahead of you.
Okay. The reason I ask is because somebody I know went to the Drake concert that just came out and came out to Vegas. Yeah. And it was at T-Mobile, so probably less seats. So maybe that's why the tickets were also more expensive. But he was second level and his tickets were, let's say, about $500 a piece.
Ooh.
You know?
Yeah, I will say my Beyonce tickets were half that.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. So,
yep.
I mean, I tried really hard to not put your financials out there, but okay, she's out there just spending $500 every concert. Let's go. I said
it was half that. It was just for me.
Wait, your concert was half that? So you just went, you didn't take a real man with you?
No. Okay. Well, let me tell my story.
Sorry. Okay. Sorry. I didn't realize that was part of the story as well. My apologies.
No, I was going to say, so I went to see Beyonce in Las Vegas. So it was at Allegiant Stadium.
Oh, you were out here.
Yep.
Once again, didn't tell me you were in town. That's fun for me.
You know, it was just a quick in and out. Sorry. I didn't want to like burst your bubble if I said I was there and we didn't get to see each other.
It wouldn't be bursting my bubble, but the EP is going to be sad. Like, I don't care. I don't have feelings, but she is going to cry tonight.
Oh, I'm sorry, Alex.
Now she's like, why am I going to cry?
She's like, what? Okay. So anyways.
Yeah.
my friend couldn't get Saturday tickets. So we had to go to the Sunday show. Hence why Keith couldn't come with me, because he had to go the next day and I was staying till Monday because the concert was Sunday night. Anyways, so it's in Las Vegas. Mind you, Las Vegas, you know, weed, I feel like it's the weed capital of the country now, because whenever I get off the plane, just weed just hits you in the face in the airport, like anywhere you go in Las Vegas, it just smells like weed now. And I mean, it's fine. I get it. To each their own. I love that for y'all. But at the concert,
You don't smoke weed anymore?
no.
Wow.
I'll dabble in some edibles here and there, but
Such a straight edge. I can't with you. Gross.
I know. I know. But so now that I've set the picture, right? We're in Las Vegas, Allegiant Stadium, packed house.
Weed
There's
everywhere.
weed everywhere. And it's great. Like, if we're outside, awesome. People smoking, it don't matter, right? So inside, my friend and I were sitting, and there's this man in front of us, and he was smoking his vape the whole time. And it was cool. Like, the vape doesn't smell, it doesn't give me headaches. It's fine. Like, I'm gonna let you do
It's
you.
unobtrusive.
Like, yeah, like you do you, boo. Like, get it out the way. I'm sure you need to be high to see Beyonce, I guess. I don't know. Like, his story. But in the middle of the concert, probably halfway through, this man just lights up a joint. And I was like, bro, why? Like, I don't understand. He's like, he still has this vape because I've seen him smoke his vape, but now he's also smoking a joint. I don't understand.
Maybe the vapes. Oh, maybe the vape ran out of batteries.
No, because he was still smoking his vape.
So he would like hit the joint and then hit the vape.
Yes.
What?
Yes. Exactly.
And okay, so maybe then, maybe the vape was a strain of like indica or sativa. Actually, no, the vape is sativa. So he's like smoking, gets all amped up, and then he realizes halfway through the concert, he's like, if I keep smoking like this, I'm not going to make it through the concert. I'm way too amped up for Queen Bey right now. So he pulls out the joint, which is an indica, right, to calm him down. As he smokes it, he's like, yes. But then he realized, oh, no, I smoked too much of that. I got a little cross blend all night so I could just make it through the night.
I guess. But man, did that ruin that part of the show for me. I was just like dying because the way he would like blow his smoke, it goes directly in my face.
I was gonna say, how close were you?
He's one row in front of me. Like he's right.
Okay, so he was direct. Well, I don't know if you said one row. You probably did, and I missed it. But I just heard in front of you. So he's directly in front of you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And
I'm
not gonna be that person to be like, bro, can you not? But
so on this one, I'm of two different minds on it. Okay. Yeah. Because I completely see where you're coming from. That shit is annoying, or it can be annoying. If someone lit up in front of me, I would just be like, damn, I'm jealous. I would say it real loud so you could hear me, and they'd be like, yo, you want to hear a hell yeah? Right?
That would have been you at the concert.
That was me. Like, oh, this is my man's. He brought the good times.
It's you.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, on the other hand, though, I'm not the guy to smoke in front of people. Right. Yeah. Hell, it took me, even though I smoke a ridiculous quantity of Mary Jane, it took me, I would say at least 4 or 5 years before I could do it around other people when they weren't doing it, right? Just to feel comfortable enough, right? And even then, it took me maybe another year or so before I would do it like in view of other people who weren't doing it. And what I mean by that was I would do it in front of people that were like cool, that I knew would be fine with it, right?
Right, yeah.
And then a couple years later, I would be like, all right, I'm fine now doing it in front of people that I don't know if they're fine with it or not, right? Yeah. But I get it. Now, at the same time, when I'm talking about doing it in front of people, I mean, like, they're in the kitchen and I'm in the backyard, right? Like, I'm not like,
right, yeah.
Would you like that, Grandma?
What you cooking in the kitchen?
Right. So So I get what you're saying, because in that scenario, I probably would have gone to a different. I honestly, me, because I would do the same thing for a Knights game. I would just be like, you know what? I'm gonna partake as much as I can before I walk in, and I'm gonna partake as much as I can after I walk out, unless I have a vape. But I normally don't carry the kind that don't smell, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But my question for you, I said all of that, and the reason I'm on the fence also was because it's an outdoor arena, technically, right? Was the roof open?
No, it's closed.
Okay, I mean it's still an arena. Like, let's be honest. Like, and I'm not
Still,
saying this.
right? Yeah.
I'm not saying this because like, ooh, you're bad. I just mean like when we're talking about just overall size of area, we can essentially be like, it's an open door place. But
yes.
Okay, so then my next thing would be, were people smoking cigarettes?
No, not inside.
Okay, that's where I draw the line. I think if no one is allowed to smoke cigarettes inside, then you shouldn't be able to smoke a joint. I I also feel like a vape probably shouldn't fly in that section either.
Yeah, so I've never been to Allegiant Stadium before this, but they have signs all over inside saying no smoking, no vapes, no drugs, I guess.
Yeah.
And the funniest thing is the ushers, right? The ones who are like checking your tickets, everything. The lady saw the smoke from his vape, but she could never catch like where exactly it was. Like I would see her, and I just want to be like that snitch to be like,
homie was a weed ninja. He was in and out, assassin style. God. Every time she came around, he would vanish like smoke.
You're so dumb. But yeah, so I was just like, all right. And it wasn't for a long period, but it was still like, I don't want it just in my face. I don't like the smell of it. It's
right. No, if it's not something that you're used to, and that's why I like I said, like I would be happy about it. For you, I fully get why it bugs you, you know? And yeah, look, if you were outside at the park or something, or if it was a full on open air arena type situation, I would just be like,
okay, it'll just blow away, breeze. Yeah,
exactly. But you know, like I was saying earlier, the fact that no one was allowed to smoke cigarettes in that same area.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that happened. How many songs was he smoking for?
A good like 2 sets.
How long is a set?
I don't know. It was maybe like 6, 7 songs.
Okay. So 6, 7 songs per set?
Yeah.
He smoked for 12 songs? How do you make a joint last for 12 songs?
Don't ask me.
It must have been multiple joints. It
might have. I just don't know how he got a lighter in. Well, I guess lighters are plastic, so I wouldn't have made sense. I don't know.
Well, I mean, look, I'll put it this way. Homie was a full-on weed ninja. I'm telling you. He knew where to hide the weapons, right? Because they didn't find the lighter. They didn't find the weed. They didn't find the vape. They didn't find him committing the act. Nothing. Somewhere there's a security person trying to catch him on camera, and every time they're about to see it, a puff of smoke goes and he can't see anything. Yeah. Because he's the weed ninja. Vegas's own.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Honestly, you should feel blessed right now.
That I was in his presence.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Not every day you get to meet greatness, man.
I don't know. I guess, but he also disappeared. Like literally, he got up and left for like a set or two, and I'm like, where did this man go? Or
did he never actually leave, and you just thought?
Maybe.
Like honestly, I was fortunate enough one time to get to watch Denzel Washington perform live.
Okay.
He did a play, and I was fortunate enough to get to watch that. I feel like you got a similar experience being around the Weed Ninja. Like, just to be in that kind of range of greatness, it changes you on a fundamental level. I could see why you were pissed that you didn't get to tell the story last week. I would, if I had a Denzel Washington story and some fucking clown made it so I couldn't tell it, I'd be a little upset too. I get you.
Yeah, but anyways, that was my story. So, Weed Ninja, he's still out there.
Oh man, I can't wait. I can't wait for the Weed Ninja to strike again. He's gonna be in the news.
He might have been at the Drake concert. Who knows?
He's like, only way I'm getting in is if I'm working that thing. All right, so we're gonna keep the Judy stuff going.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So Judy, I went onto Twitter.
Okay.
The other day, I don't know when you posted these, but whatever.
Actually, don't tweet as much, so it's probably been recent.
Yeah, I mean, one of them said 13 hours ago.
From when you wrote this down.
Yeah, which was I got these both this morning. You know?
Oh, okay.
So the first one, I want to have a serious conversation with you real quick about, okay?
Okay.
So this person named, and if I'm messing your name up, I apologize. Naima Cochran at Naima, because I can't speak. So there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all, I kind of miss shutdown, the early shutdown, not the Rona part of it, just the in the house and chilling part. Right?
Yes.
So you replied, man, I miss it too. My friends and I all video chatting in the middle of the workday, drinking Trulies and White Claws at 10 a.m. Laughing face, laughing face, laughing face emojis.
Yes.
This is what's so fucked up about our generation. Okay?
Okay.
Because you know what you actually miss, Judy?
What?
You miss having a vacation. That's all you want. You just want to be able to go on a vacation. But we cannot afford vacations anymore unless there's a global pandemic. It's the only way any of us can take off 2 weeks from work is if they force us to, because you have to stay in the house.
It's true. Yeah.
You know why? Because you're still working from home all the time. So there's nothing keeping you from cracking open a Trulies at 10 a.m. Right? There's really not. But you don't do it though, because we were on vacate now don't get me wrong.
The whole country.
The whole world.
World. Sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah.
For some various parts of us, it was not a vacation. They were going through some shit. And that's what I mean. Don't get me wrong. True. But for the rest of us, it was vacation, because either you had a job and you were working from home, but no one was actually working because everybody was at home and nobody knew what to do. Or you didn't have a job, but you were getting paid more than you would have if you were working because the unemployment was so good at the time. Right?
Yep.
So we just miss vacations.
It's true. You know what? I'm going to tweet that. Live tweeting it right now. Do we really miss quarantine, or do we just want vacation?
Yeah, exactly. Right? You're going to work that into your next benefits package. You're like, look, I don't want to have a global pandemic in order to take a vacation again. Okay.
Right.
Oh, man.
God.
All right. While you are live tweeting this one, by the way, if you wanted to follow Judy on Twix, it is at JUDAYYY. Or you can also follow the show at TABPOD. I ever so often will jump on there. I have you know what? Speaking of, we'll take because remind me to go back to, I got a question for you regarding TikTok, okay?
Okay.
This one, I have a problem with you.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
going to say that right now. Okay.
Yes.
So this one from 8 News Now. For a third straight school day, a significant number of Clark County teachers have called in sick, disrupting classes. To what you said, your tweet just came in and it's all caps. I love it.
I see CG, that's why.
Oh, okay. And so you put, pay the teachers what they want. Right?
Yeah.
Now, one might say, hey, Ryan, what is your issue with Judy on this? Her husband works in the teaching industry, the educational industry. Obviously, she would want to support him to get him more money, right? And to that, I would say that would be true. If 8 News Now was reporting news from the Dallas, what is it? Dallas Fort Worth? Is that what we call it?
Dallas ISD.
From the Dallas ISD area, I would be all for her telling whomever to get paid whatever. But it's not. Channel 8 is in fucking Las Vegas. Why are you trying to get Why are you trying to get into Las Vegas politics? You don't even know what's be going on. You ain't got boots on the ground. Only time you got boots on the ground is when you going to Beyonce. That's the only time. You don't know what's going on around here. You're just about, hey, spend all the money, give it to the teachers. And I'm not even saying teachers don't deserve the money. What I am saying is that you shouldn't be commenting on it.
Look, Las Vegas is still my home, okay? I have a lot of teacher friends out there. My family still lives out there. Like, I have a lot of connections to Las Vegas. I'm never gonna not pay attention to Las Vegas news just because I don't live there anymore.
Okay, how many people or connections, as you like to call it, how many connections have children that are in the school system?
I don't know. A lot of the high school peeps that I went to school have kids now, so they all have kids.
Okay, so you're so in the know of all your friends, and you need to know the details for them. You're just like I don't know. You know what's funny is you're literally talking to someone who has a child. Excuse me, in the CCSD system. And so all I'm saying is that instead of my kid being able to get, pencils and pens and headphones, I now have to dole out an extra $75 a person in taxes so that the teachers can get a vacation.
It's not a vacation that they're asking for, which, I mean, they probably should have more days that they probably don't. I don't know.
Now, honestly,
I don't know how it works in Clark County.
So in all seriousness on this topic,
yeah,
I do think that teachers should get paid more. I do think that education in general should get more funding, especially in Las Vegas or Nevada, I should say. Our school system. And I guess this is why if I have an issue with teachers getting paid more on any level, right? And I know that this is kind of a red herring argument, so I'm not trying to say this as an argument. It's just the thing that gnaws at me.
Yeah.
But if our school system is so bad, why do teachers deserve more money?
I think it's bad in the sense that since the teachers are not getting paid, they're leaving. They have high turnover rates. So when you get new teachers coming in every year, how are they going to support, bringing up the testing scores when they're barely there? Because
I totally get that. But at the same time, we're arguing for the teachers as a whole. So we're talking new and old. And my only point in saying it like that is that any job that I'm at, if I was told that out of 50 people, I came in 48th in overall output, and I went to my boss and I said, pay me more, he would look at me and say, fuck, are you hanging out with the weed ninja? You've been hanging out with the weed ninja, huh?
Yeah.
And I get it. It's two different arguments, really. And teachers, we need to, in this state, we need to invest more in the educational system, but I just
as a whole in the country.
I just wish that locals were the ones who were making comments on it, not people, from other states trying to dictate their state's political agenda. That's all. That's all.
Our political agenda.
Yeah. Okay. It's Texas and it's Florida. Those two states are like, we're, on the red side. On the blue side, it's New York and California. Okay, we all get it. Everything's 50-50. But if we were talking about who's pushing their political agenda on, ain't Nevada. Nevada ain't pushing nothing, okay?
I wasn't pushing nothing. Look.
You literally say they need to get paid
They
more.
should, yeah. That's the blue. Like that. That's the blue. That's the blue city in us. Okay.
But you cannot in one breath say I was not pushing an agenda, and then in the next breath say, yeah, so like...
Anyways.
Oh my God.
But I'm gonna keep in touch. I'm gonna keep updating on what happens with the whole teacher strike out there because it's very interesting just to see.
Okay, so what's going on with the teacher strike? Because none of my teachers are striking.
So that news article talked about a middle school. Actually, what the funniest thing was that middle school was the middle school I went to when I was there. I was like, wow, what a coincidence.
That's really why you started reading it. You were like, oh my God, what a coincidence.
Like, it's my school. And then
halfway through, you were like, wait, they're not talking about the school in a good way. What is this?
Like, they mentioned the principal. I go, who the hell is that? I don't know.
They haven't talked about me one time. I have a very popular podcast on the internet that I do weekly. And my school, this article hasn't mentioned that I was in it once.
At all. No, but it's just a stalemate between the union and the district that are just not, I don't know where the stalemate is, what their requests are, what have you, but it's happening there in various schools in Henderson and various schools throughout just Las Vegas in general that people are striking. So they're either calling off, and schools had to either cancel class altogether. Like I read somebody posted like a screenshot of an email the principal sent to like the parents saying like, hey, sorry, we have to cancel school. Your kid has to stay home. Like I
did get an email regarding that.
So at your school that they didn't have to. Oh,
it didn't happen at my school. I got a general CCSD this happened email, just like when there was I don't know what kind of gun incident because I live in America, but I don't know what kind of gun incident there was, but there was one at a school, and I also got an email about that, and that was fun because then I get from everyone else who got the email who's a worrier. They, well, do you think it's gonna? What's gonna? Or should we pull him out? I mean, no, it's fine. He's the only issue with Asher and guns at school is that his big head is a target. That's the only issue. But other than that, there's not going to be a shooting at his school. Knock on wood. I hope it doesn't happen, honestly. But...
yeah, it's, I don't know. Like you said, we live in America. So
yeah, exactly.
I'm not going to touch that problem. Like,
I mean, anyways. You live in Texas, so.
Oh, God. I know. Don't remind me.
But there was something. Sorry, we only have about 5 minutes left, and I'm just trying to.
Oh, I want to talk about. So let me just round out my my topics here. Let me talk about work.
Oh, okay, yeah. The Work Chronicles.
Workplace Chronicles with Judy.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've been very heavily looking for remote jobs. And either fully remote or like a hybrid schedule. I found a job from my old company, my old university, where I was like, I could do this job. And it said hybrid. So I was like, I'm just going to put my application back in, see how it goes. So they give me the first interview with the supervisor and the assistant manager. And I killed that interview. Like I killed it. And, they're talking about, yeah, we're 2 days in office, 3 days at home. I was like, amazing. Like, that's what I want to hear. Like, yes. But in the back of my mind, like, I know, like, everything was so good, the hybrid schedule, but I knew in the back of my mind, I was going to have to take a salary cut if they offered this to me.
Right.
And so they're like, all right, you're going to have one more interview if we want to move on with you, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, all right, cool. So then I get my second interview with the director. And, we have a great interview. And she's like, I know, because they ask you for like your salary requirement. She's like, I know your salary requirement is kind of on our high end. And we have a system in place where we don't want to bring in someone on a higher salary that's in the same position as you are, as that same position. And I'm thinking,
Mm-hmm.
like, that just sounds like a department problem to me. Maybe you should pay your people more. I don't know, but
Yeah.
I get it. Fine. So they send me the
Hold
offer
on, I
and
gotta get on Twix real quick and tweet about how they need to pay more people in a different state on a completely unrelated topic. Hold on. All right, go ahead. Sorry about that.
anyways, um so the recruiter calls me and she's like, "Oh, this is what the department's offering you and it's firm." I was like, "Oh, it's going to be a firm no for me. I don't know what to tell you." Like,
So, how percentage wise, what was the decrease?
oh my gosh, I would have to let me do the math real quick
Okay.
because I wouldn't know.
So, for anyone trying to understand what's going on, Judy right now is taking one of the numbers that she potentially could have been making and dividing it by the number that she actually makes. And in that way, she will be able to understand what the percentage of money that they were asking her to leave on the table would have been.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Thank you. It would have
Look, we
been a 40% pay cut for me.
oh no.
I was like, oh, I told her, I was like, no, I mean, as much as I would love to just work from home, like, and the thing is that job it's salary. So you don't get OT. And at my current job, I do get OT.
Right.
So I was like, no, I just couldn't. As much as I really wanted to, and I probably could have made it work. I was like,
No.
we're trying to buy a house.
Yeah,
Like, it's
exactly.
not worth it at this point. And
I mean, the fact that
um,
we all have to scrimp and save to try and buy a house. Oh, and hope that there is another, colossal real estate crash. That's all.
which probably won't happen,
No,
unfortunately.
I'm just. I mean,
But
I want to get into this, but I don't want to get into it because we only have a minute left. But
yeah,
it's just like, houses in the bad part of my town are like $3,000 a month with a mortgage, and it's like
yeah,
I can't afford 3,000. So how am I going to afford something in a good part of town? You know.
yep, yep.
So, oh boy. All right.
Oh, we should talk about like bills because there's a TikTok that this lady was just kind of going off on people that were talking about like why her and her partner were splitting bills 50-50, and she's like, what? Anyways,
We will maybe talk about that. We have a lot of stuff planned for the next hour.
we
So much
do.
stuff I won't even be able to talk about all because I don't know how much time I have left. But it involves the NFL and it involves our 1 year anniversary. So don't miss any of that stuff coming up right here on a conversation with Judy and Ryan. Woo! Welcome back to a conversation with Judy and Ryan right here on YouTube at TABPOD and all the audio platforms. I don't know if you're listening on an audio platform right now. You heard me say woo, but you didn't hear because she hit stop record. You didn't hear my co host be like, your woos are getting out there.
Yeah.
What? I'm an entertainer, Judy. What you want me to do every time? Whoa, 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 whoa.
At first, it was just me wooing.
What you don't want? Oh, you don't want me to woo at all? Okay, I get it.
No, I like
Queen
the woos.
Judy, queen of the show, queen of the woos. You and Ric Flair. It's just woo and woo, and I get to shut the hell up. I get it. Just stay in my corner.
See, I was just making a a statement. Stupid.
I I think I'm on. I think I'm on edge. Because someone yesterday said something to me, and they meant it as a compliment. But the more I think about it, the more of a what the hell? I don't know what that was, but it fell. Um, the more I thought about it, the more of a diss it came off to me as.
Okay.
And I know that they sincerely meant it as a compliment. So I'm not trying to, but like, okay, I'll just say to you like, so I had my hair in a man bun or a high pony or whatever it is we're calling it, pineapple head.
Okay.
And this girl comes up to me and says, "Oh, you look younger with your hair pulled back."
Okay.
And like I said, she meant it as a compliment. I know sincerely that she meant it as a compliment, but all I now hear is that, oh, you have so many wrinkles. You need Botox. And guess what, people? I am not touching my face with a scalpel, with Botox, with none of it. I am going to age gracefully. You know why? Because men who don't fuck with themselves usually age gracefully.
That's true. Mm-hmm.
Okay? We men were meant to turn into old pieces of leather as we get older. Okay? We're not supposed to stay soft and prim and proper. And ladies, if you don't want to, you don't have to. I'm just saying, from the anatomy perspective, from the what gets your dick hard perspective, old daddies over young daddies any day.
But wait, okay, so would you have taken offense if she said it like, oh, you look better with your hair up, or you look good with your hair up? I don't know. Like,
No, I wouldn't have taken offense to any of that. It was specifically the younger comment because to me, when I heard younger, all I could think about is, oh, because I'm pulling my hair back, so my forehead is getting straighted out a little bit, so there's less wrinkles. I'm pulling the Vincent D'Onofrio from Men in Black when he's a roach. He's like, you know, like that's what's happening. I'm just stretching my skin suit over myself.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Okay.
I was not too thrilled with that.
So are you gonna stop putting your hair up? Is that
Of course not. I look too young to change. I mean, no, I am not going to. I enjoy having my hair up. I enjoy all the attention it gets me, even when a random bopping comes from my mom. You know, it's out of nowhere. She's a bop ninja. You don't see it coming. Go boop, and then it's gone. She's gone.
Like, what was that?
Yeah. Oh man.
Wow.
Okay, so like I said in the first hour, this is just going to be another tidbit. Actually, let me tell you guys about what we'll be doing in just a moment. Right now, the NFL, as of this recording, the NFL is back. 2023 season has kicked off. The Kansas City Chiefs are going head to head with the Detroit Lions. They are currently beating them 20-14, and there is 10 minutes 45 left in the fourth quarter. I'm not going to lie. When I was watching it towards the beginning of the first half, I thought Kansas City was getting ready to rout them. So I'm very, very happy for the Lions to still be in this game.
Yeah. Good for them.
Good for them. They're not getting embarrassed.
I'm glad they're keeping up with the Chiefs. Okay, that's all.
I mean, okay, and actually, we'll use this to segue. Damn what I was talking about before. We'll use this to segue. We will be unveiling the 2023-2024 Judy's Clued In picks. Judy knows some stuff about the NFL. All right. So what we will be doing is we will be having her pick who she thinks will be the winner from every division this year.
Ooh.
Okay. Then we will obviously, once the playoffs start, we will see how awesome she did, because of course she's going to do awesome. And then we will have her decide who she wants to have as the Super Bowl champion. Okay. So since you are so cavalier about the Lions, Where's a pen? I never have a pen when I need it. Oh, that's probably what
What
dropped
fell?
earlier.
Yeah.
All right. Since you're so cavalier about the Lions, let's start in that division.
Okay.
So we have the NFC North. You have the Packers, the Lions, the Bears, and the Vikings.
I know. I was actually talking to Keith about this earlier. I'm like, do the Lions have a chance to actually like pulling through in that division now that Aaron Rodgers is, far away with like the Jets? And I go, who even like I already said, all right, Chicago's probably not gonna make it. I don't believe in
Justin Fields.
Justin Fields. I thought it was Justin Lover. I was like, that's not his last name.
Whoa. We don't need to know about how deep and dark you and Keith were talking about this, okay?
Okay,
I'm just
anyways.
Justin Lover while talking about football. Okay. I get it. The sport gets y'all hot and bothered.
Anyways.
And then you're like, oh, and I'm with a real man. Plus, you're the one who was talking about him getting BJs like every day.
What?
Not today, but in the past, we've talked about that, and you've been like, oh, that's like a regular thing, like whatever.
Oh, I'm like, wait, who's getting what from where? Anyway, sorry, let's get back
to this. Hopefully,
Keith
is getting BJs on the regular, or you're a liar. I can't wait. I can't wait for him to walk into your room after listening to this and be like, yeah, you're a fucking liar, by the way. All right,
okay, let's move it on. So,
off track. NFC North.
NFC North. You know what? I will put the Lions there. I'm gonna go with Lions. Let's go. I was gonna say Minnesota, but you know what? Nah. I'm gonna go with the Lions.
Okay. Just to be contrarian, I'm gonna go with the Packers. It's not like I said, not based on anything. If I was thinking about it logically, it would probably be the Vikings, but I can't go with Kirk Thuggins again. No, I love him, but I can't do it.
He's on my fantasy team this year.
Didn't do fantasy this year. Got kicked out of the league. Can't do Kirk Thuggins. Lions would probably be my next choice, but you picked them, so I'll go with the Pack.
Okay.
All right.
I don't even know who the Packers like QB is.
Jordan Love.
Okay, see, remember there was the love.
They drafted him 2 years ago, and Aaron Rodgers was like, oh, you want to draft? Or 3 years ago, he's like, oh, you want to draft people? Okay, I'm just going to go be the MVP a couple times. Yeah, I didn't need a receiver. No.
Yeah.
All right. NFC West. You got the Cardinals. You got the Seahawks. You got the Niners. You got the Rams. And let's remember, the best team in that division is obviously the Seahawks. We don't even need to talk about this. We can move on, right?
No, I'm going to go with the 49ers.
What? Bandwagoner.
What?
What? What's so special about the Niners?
I don't know. They just signed what's-his-face to like $122+ million something crazy contract.
Yeah, sweet. They signed one of the best edge rushers in the league, and it's going to make sure that they have issues with the cap for the next 10 years and cannot sign other awesome players. Now, look, honestly, yeah, the Niners are probably going to win the division. It's the boring pick, though. And let's be for real. Okay, let's be for real. I understand he was awesome last year.
I don't think he's going to have,
Brock Purdy was Mr. Irrelevant.
Yep.
And he is coming off an injury to his throwing arm.
Yep, surgery, all of that.
Longest arm in the first place. So but they've got Trey Lance, and he's dynamic, and he's all. Oh, no. They traded Trey to the Cowboys, and they got Sam Darnold on the team now. And I understand that Shanahan's system is kind of quarterback proof, right? But if there is one elixir to that quarterback proofing, it is Samuel Darnold, Mr. I see ghosts himself. All right.
What?
I'm going with the Seahawks, by the way. So because Gino, I made fun of him last year for that. They didn't write back line. I was wrong. I was incorrect. Gino, you're the truth, baby. You're the truth. We also got JSN as a receiver. We might honestly, by the end of the year, have the best receiving core in the league between DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, and JSN. I'm not saying we will because obviously them boys in Cincinnati got something going on, but there's a chance. All right. We will go over to the NFC No, we're going to save that actually for last. Sorry. Sorry. So we're going to go the NFC South.
Oh, the South.
Yep. So we've got in the NFC South, we have the Falcons, the Saints, the Buccaneers, and the Panthers.
Oh, God. And then one of them has to make it, right? Mm-hmm. I'm going to go with the Saints.
The Saints. Okay.
Yeah. Because one, I don't know who the QB is in Tampa Bay right now. Once Tom Brady left.
Baker.
Wait, Baker's in Tampa Bay? He's not in the Panthers?
No, he left the Panthers last year. Remember, because he went. Well, no, because remember that was the game where This is what's awesome about the NFL. The Dan Le Batard show did a whole hour-long thing on all the stuff that happened in the NFL that makes you go like, what? And now this is one of them. So Baker signed with Carolina in the offseason, got traded to the Rams mid-season.
Yes, he did.
Remember? And he played against Russell Wilson in the Nickelodeon game that you had Patrick Starr roasting Russell Wilson. Oh, he's not cooking very much, is he? Oh.
I can't wait to watch that.
After that year, he is now signed with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. I'll still go with the Saints.
Honestly, the Saints are the safe choice. They got probably the best quarterback in the division in Derek Carr, as sad as that is to say. Bryce Young probably will be that at some point, but, it's his first year. He's a rookie. Baker is Baker. I've never been a big believer in him. I think he needs a lot of pieces around him to be successful. The Saints have Derek Carr, and the Falcons have Ritter. I forget his first name, but they have Ritter, the third round guy that they drafted, I want to say last year. I would say that the Saints are the safe choice because they have a really good defense and they have that quarterback. So to be a contrarian, to be a contrarian to you, I'm going to go with what all the experts are saying and say the Falcons. A lot of people think that the Falcons, especially with that run game, they have a lot of weapons for Ritter to use. We'll see. Like I said, I don't really know much about the South, but I don't want to pick any of the same stuff as Judy. So,
okay, is Mariota still somewhere with the Falcons? No,
he
where is he now?
I want to say, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not going to do the thing where I try to remember for 5 minutes. I know he's on a team somewhere, but it is not Atlanta. All right. So like I said, we're going to finish with the AFC or NFC East. So now we're going over to the AFC.
All right.
And we're going to start with the best division or the hardest division or the division of divisions in football, the AFC West. You have the Chiefs, you have the Broncos, you have the Raiders, and you have the Chargers.
Oh, okay. Let me just say one.
The fact that you have to think about it for even a half second. No, exactly. You're not allowed to pick them now. You're not allowed to pick them.
I don't want to pick them.
Okay, good.
I hate the Chiefs. I will never pick them over anything.
Hate greatness. You hate greatness.
Ew, I hate Patrick Mahomes.
You hate that he's a winner?
Ew, no, I don't care. Ew.
I don't care that he has 2 Super Bowls, whatever.
I'm going to go with the Chargers.
Totally not the Cowboys. The Cowboys don't care about Super Bowls at all.
Did Brian not hear my pick?
I heard you were going with Justin, what's his name?
Herbert.
Justin Herbert. Sorry, Fields jumped in my head. Justin Herbert and the Chargers. And you know what's sad, though, is that at the end of the year on this picks, this is going to be your, remember how you refused to pick, I think it was Brooklyn or oh no, it was the Philadelphia 76ers. You refused to pick them because you hate Philadelphia. This is going to be the exact same moment because at the end of the season, if things go the way, and it's football, so who knows, right? But if things go the way that they have been projected to go, the Chiefs will have the number 1 seed in the conference, and the Chargers will be looking for a new coach.
Maybe. We'll see.
All right. So let's go over
Anyways,
to the
moving on.
AFC
Wait,
East.
are you picking the Chiefs?
Of course, I'm picking the Chiefs. I'm picking the eventual, most likely Super Bowl champions.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
All right. So going over to the AFC East, we got the Bills, the Jets, the Dolphins, and the Patriots.
I'm gonna go with the Bills.
Really?
Yeah, I love me some Josh Allen.
So that's fair. That's totally fair.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I was betting, I would go with the Dolphins in this spot. Like if you said to me, if you take the Bills out of it and you're asking me who for money I'm going to say to win the division, I would say the Dolphins, because I think honestly with the amount of weapons that they have, as long as Tua stays healthy, they'll be good. It's a big if, but you got a lot of big ifs with a lot of people. It's the NFL.
Yeah.
But for the show, for the I am sticking with my boy, making his appearance for the fourth week in a row.
Of course.
Salah.
Of course.
Oh man! At the very least, just so I can periodically talk about him throughout the football season, I am going with the Jets. Jets. Aaron Rodgers last year was a fluke. He's going to just, other than through the Chiefs, he's going to run roughshod. He's got the best defense since the '85 Bears and the best wide receiver weapon since Randy Moss, as well as a plethora of running backs. And if you don't believe me, then just go on the Jets Reddit page. They'll tell you all about it. Okay.
Oh man, we were watching PTI the other day. And they were talking about how the Jets players said that they were, best defense is the '85 Bears. And Booger.
Booger.
Why did I say his name
because he's from LSU, so he's Booger. Because they are French Caribbean down there.
And Booger is I played with the 2000 Tampa Bay Buccaneers or 2001, whatever. He's like, I played on that team and that defense was better than what they currently have. He's like, but I'm gonna let them have this for them right now.
Damn. I will. When I think of the Jets defense, I think that they are going to be very good, like really, really good. I think they have a really stout, amazingly athletic, and destructively strong defensive line. Right. A defensive line that would remind you of like what the Eagles were last year. And then they have on the back end, they got Sauce Gardner. So to me, if you have a competent cornerback on the other side of Sauce, you're good. What I don't know is who is their linebacker, powerhouse. And the reason I say that is because every great defense has had someone at every line or every level. Normally, a great defense, you want them at all four levels. And by that, I mean you want line, linebacker, corner, or defensive back, I should say, and safety. You want one of each, right? You could say, a perfect example is you can say that the old Ravens teams with Ray Lewis had those, right? Because you had people on the line. You had Ray Lewis, obviously. McAllister was your cornerback. Ed Reed was your safety. That's normally what you want. I don't know if they have all those pieces, but it doesn't matter. They got Aaron Rodgers. They got Nathaniel Hackett.
You're picking them.
And they got Rob Saleh. You know why, boys? Because we're going to fucking fly. We're going to fly so high that the crow, it's going to be jerking its dick, realizing how fucked it is because we flew so high and it couldn't breathe and we suffocated. That's it. We want all the lights on us.
Can't wait. This is like a TikTok short, and I could just insert a pic of Rob Saleh on there, and it'll be like, this will be so perfect.
I guarantee you I will clip that for you now.
Oh, thank you.
All right. AFC North. So we got the Steelers, we got the Browns, we got the Ravens, we got the Bengals. Judy, the only thing I'm going to say is, in my opinion, I think as a show, we should, and I know this is very stupid and you're going to think I'm making a joke, but I'm not. This is going to be fully serious. Okay. I think we should make a decision as a show to not ever talk about the Browns.
You know what? I can agree with that.
Okay. Like,
Yeah, that's
don't get me
great.
wrong. If there is a major injury on the team, Nick Chubb goes down, or the reason that I don't want to talk about the team goes down, or
Yeah,
something like that.
yeah.
Okay. But as far as this goes, in my opinion, this is a 3-team division.
I can
Even
agree.
if
I
this,
can we could go with that.
even if the Browns win the fucking division, I don't care. I'm not going to talk about them.
Okay, cool. Glad
So
we can
out of the
agree on that.
Steelers, the Ravens, or the Bengals, this is actually after the AFC. Oh no, actually, I would say the AFC West has the most talent, but this is the hardest to be like because there's a bunch of teams that are real close.
Yes. Yes. So it's gonna have to come for my pick between the Bengals or the Ravens. I don't know. I want to root for the Bengals. Like, I think I'm gonna pick the Bengals.
Joe Burrow just got paid.
He did get paid, but I love Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase. I don't know who else. Their whole team. You know what? If I could have picked an AFC team, but like my husband and I usually pick teams to like root for, like that they're not the Cowboys. But we're rooting for Jacksonville this year. On the AFC side.
It's a good pick.
But so I would say the Bengals. Although the Ravens would have been right there too, though. Ugh.
So I disagree with you there on that one, actually. I think the Bengals you got the best quarterback in the division. You got the best receiving core in the league at this moment. You got a pretty good defense, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think the Ravens take a step back this season because I think Lamar Jackson is awesome. And I think the coach, after talking with some people that know stuff about football, I think the coaches eventually will get him in a place that he will be a more productive passer the way he wants to be.
Yeah.
I think, and this is something that I think just hasn't been talked about enough, I think it's going to be an adjustment period. I think it's going to take him a year to actually understand. He's been a running threat quarterback, and he still will be, but he's been a primarily running threat quarterback since college. Right. So 7, 8 years. You want to go back to high school? His entire career. It's going to take him a little time to fully understand how to do it differently. So I think, and I'm not super impressed with their defense. They're usually, they'll be fine defensively, but it's not anything that makes you go, woo. So in effort of disagreeing with you, I'm going to go with Mike Tomlin, Mr. Dependable, Mr. Never had a losing season. I swear to God, if he has one this year, because I'm picking him, I'm going to Pittsburgh and punching him in the face, Freddie Kitchen style. Okay. I'm just be like, Pittsburgh started it. Okay. I picked him knowing he was dependable and he failed. So.
Okay.
Perfect. So wait, that's the North. Hold on. My pen's dying. There we go. North, you pick the Bengals. I pick the Steelers. All right, the AFC South. I think we already know who you're picking because of what you said.
Yep.
Oh, man. And there is so much other talent in this division. We have the Jaguars. We have the Texans. We have the Colts. And we have the Titans. Oof. And so for anyone who doesn't follow football, the Jaguars, if I was going to describe this division to somebody, the Jaguars are the only team that actually has a team. The Texans are perennially terrible, and they have a rookie QB.
Yeah.
The Colts just told their all-worldly gifted running back to kick rocks. We don't want to pay you, and you're not worth it, bitch. It's essentially what the owner told the all-star running back. Oh, God. Okay. All right. I'm going to go with Mike Vrabel and the Titans. I don't really want to go there. I want to go with Indianapolis. I just think that the BS from that conversation with the running back and everything is going to leave the locker room a little sour.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you went with the Jags and I went with the Titans got D-Hop. So that's a thing.
I have Derrick Henry on my fantasy, so
Yeah, and they got they got King Henry. He's only like 1,000 years old. So my pick's fine. My pick's totally fine. All right. Going to the NFC East. We have the Commanders. We have the Giants. And we have the Eagles. That's the division. So who are you picking?
Wow. Who have I been wearing this whole time? Right here.
Is that a new fashion company? I'm not aware. Is it the Star Company?
Wow. Wah, wah, wah. Anyways,
Well, you get so mad. You
we're
get
picking.
so mad.
Still, ready to be in this relationship through and through with the Dallas Cowboys.
I love how every year and not you because you're realistic, but with
Year
most Dallas
17 and
fans,
going.
Super Bowl or bust every year. Super Bowl or bust.
Every year. But yeah, I actually saw before the show, I looked at the schedule and I'm like, you know what? I could see us losing maybe like 4 or 5 games tops.
So I'm not gonna lie. If I was going to pick a team to win the division, it probably would have been the Cowboys. You guys do have excellent depth and talent everywhere. Dak is a little concerning, especially with not only the fact that he threw the most interceptions in the league last year, but also the fact that he has a new offensive system being put in place.
Yeah.
I get it won't hit him as hard as it would say a Lamar Jackson because it's still a pass first offense type thing. But just anytime you have new stuff come in, there's that hesitation. A lot of people like your receiving core. Gallup, okay, like everyone's always like Gallup is so great, but then he's only there for like 4 games.
He's
very CeeDee Lamb's awesome, but CeeDee Lamb is only one guy. Then Brandon Cooks is a burner. I'm not saying he's not.
Yeah.
But isn't he? Is it like he's on his like 7th team? So he's got to be like year 16 in the league.
He's up there in the age, yes.
So and that's why now on paper, like I said, you guys have a ton of talent and everything like that.
We always look great on paper.
Right. So my heart wants to I will never pick the Commanders. I will acknowledge the Commanders now because they have new ownership. I will still not pick them for a good long time. My heart wants to say the Giants. It was Scrappy Dayball and Danny Dimes just jogging all over the field. Saquon
like how? First, like jogging how?
jogging all over the field. Okay. Hey, look, okay. This is going to be high level trash talk. Okay. Daniel Jones looks like he has an extra chromosome. Okay. I'm just throwing that out there. If you know what that means, you know what that means. And that's it. Okay. So
you're not picking the Eagles just because?
I was saying my heart wants me to go with the Giants.
Okay.
My head has me going with the Eagles, not just because it's against you, but also arguably, now I get it, 1 year, arguably the best quarterback in the division, arguably the best defense in the division, arguably the best offensive line in the division. I would take the Eagles running game this year over the Dallas running game only because Tony Pollard's great, but he's like the only guy.
He's the only, yeah.
The Eagles, meanwhile, picked up the running back that was great with the Lions last year. I forget his name, starts with a J. But so the Eagles, in my opinion, have a bit, and plus, I'm not even a Sirianni kind of guy, but I'll take him and his coaching staff over McCarthy any day of the week. I'm not trying to say McCarthy is a bad coach. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, I'm just like, there are certain coaches that are just like, they're middle management coaches. They're not terrible and you need to get rid of them, but they're also not the guy that like, he'll get me over the mountaintop. McCarthy is like, yeah, he gets the job done. He's stable. You know who he is? He's the guy you marry after your divorce. right? So you marry the first guy and he's like exciting and fun and you get to live out all of your fantasies with him. And you have sex behind bars and you do all these crazy drugs and all this stuff until one day, he fucks up and you have to get rid of him, right? And then you marry someone like Coach Mike McCarthy, a bit bigger, slower. He lied to you to get into the relationship. He told you some stuff that was just blatantly a lie. But now that you've gotten to know him, he's like, that's my guy. Like, he's always there when I need him. Anytime I have an issue, he takes the blame for it. Like, it's such a, he's happy second marriage Mike. That's perfect.
Second marriage. Which, I mean, to be fair, yeah, you're right. That is like our Cowboys' second marriage, because once they got rid of Jason Garrett's punk ass for like 10, 15 years that he was coaching the team.
They just, see? They
needed the second marriage.
Jerry Jones was like, Jason, I'm giving you the keys to the castle, okay? Bring us back to glory, okay? I'm going to tell every year, I'm going to tell them we're coming back and we're going to win the Super Bowl. Every year, I'm going to tell them that Jason Garrett is going to deliver us a Super Bowl. So you got to fucking deliver me a Super Bowl, man. And then he's like, Mac, I just need you to hold me, Mac. Just hold me and be there. Thanks, Mac. Appreciate it. I'm going to pay you so much money.
That's what happened. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I'm going with the Eagles. Okay. We'll see what happens on that one. Honestly, watch the Giants come and just fuck everyone's day.
I know, right? Like, just ruined the whole thing. Like, come on.
Oh. All right, so that is a full thing. Judy is picking the Lions, the Niners, the Saints, the Cowboys, the Chargers, the Bills, the Bengals, and the Jaguars. For me, I have the Chiefs, the Jets, the Rob Salas. I got the Chiefs, the New York Rob Salas, the Steelers. I got stuck with the Titans. I got what is this team? Oh, okay. Sorry. This P looked like an R. I got the Packers. I got the Falcons. I got the champion of the NFC East, defending champion of the NFC East, the Eagles. And I got your Super Bowl champion. What are we in? 45, 40, whatever number it is. Super Bowl champion, Seattle Seahawks.
We're like in 50 something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the Lions won.
Stop.
Oh, they won by 1 point.
Stop. I can't see the score.
No, yeah, I just got it. Bleach Report just hit me up. It wasn't Twix. The X didn't catch it. Wasn't an X. Lions beat Chiefs 21-20. Lions improved to 1-0. That's Chiefs and fall to 0-1. Stuff like that. I get it.
I hate
it's for the gamblers. I totally get that. But there's been one game. You don't need to give me Chiefs 0-1.
Wait, though. Sorry. Somebody tweeted earlier. I wish I saved it. I wish I could have bookmarked it. This guy said, I just put my red money on the Chiefs to beat the Lions.
Oh, I'm sorry, friend. I am sorry, friend. And he got really shitty odds too, because if he did it money line, the Chiefs were going to be favored, which means you had to, for anyone who doesn't understand how betting works, if you're a favorite, then you're most likely going to have to pay more to win more. And I know that you're like, duh. But my point is, if you're a favorite and you're a minus 200, that means that for every $200 I pay to bet on that team, I can win 100 back, right? Now, on the other side of it, if you're a plus 200, that means every $100 I bet, I will get $200 back, right? Mm-hmm. So homie, let's say they were a minus 200, which I feel like was low. Let's say he put all of his rent money in the hopes of winning half of his rent money back.
Yeah.
And now he's homeless.
I mean, unless you just did a money line and just straight Chiefs, but either way,
no, but that's what I'm saying. He lost if he bet on the Chiefs, whether it was money line or whether it was point spread, he lost. Yeah. So Gambling's terrible, people.
I used to.
Las Vegas was built on it.
I used to love betting on the NFL. That was like I love that. I love doing parlays, like a pick eight parlay. I mean, I never hit it because obviously there's always
you
like
sound like such a fucking sports book lizard right now. Hey, Ryan, I got this 8-teamer. Look, I got 4 college football and then 3 regular Sunday NFL, and then I picked the Monday night kicker. All I got to do is figure out what the points are, and I'm golden. So annoying.
I used to love that. And no, but the thing is, like, so my dad, he loves it, like he still bets NFL, college, all that. And I mean, there are seasons where my dad will hit like a 7-team parlay, and like I'm like, awesome, Dad, can you send me like $50? Like, cool.
Yeah, he'll hit a 7-team parlay and then miss out on the other 45 bets that he made by one team in that parlay. Anyway, real quick, because we are running low on time.
Wow, we only have a minute and a half left.
Yeah, and there's something I really want to talk about before we get off the air. Okay. And it was brought to my attention that it is Suicide Awareness Week or month? It is Suicide Awareness Week, and in the world of depression, many people have tattoos of semicolons, and the reason that the semicolon, for anyone wondering what's happening, I'm showing off a semicolon on our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
It is not a full-on tattoo yet. It is a Sharpie of one just to show consolidarity. But the reason for that is because while a period is meant to end something, a semicolon means that you are continuing on. And when we are talking about something as dark as suicide, the hardest thing to do sometimes is continue on. That will be one of my new tattoos coming at some point. But I just more so wanted to let people know about that messaging. And that's it. We're going to call it a day. We will be back next week right here. Same conversation time, same conversation channel. Oh, wait, no. We'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.
Whoa.